Coke fed, cause I'm headless. Get in the car, I said. She grabbed my hand. Girls rescue, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the head, I'm weak, not dead. She tweet, I guess she confess. She thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, best it gets spontaneous. Our stereotype, put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as I rise like fireworks. Smell through the bad, don't touch my perk.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to this edition of After the Storm, your OKC Thunder post-game live analysis live stream. Sorry it took me so long to come home, but got stuck in traffic trying to get back and had to take my friend Jennifer on home and get her there, then get back here. She had a bunch of stuff we had to do. So anyway, got here. Wasn't planning on really doing the show because, you know how I am, is I really don't do the show when we're beating the hell out of somebody. I tend to not do it simply because it's like, what are we going to talk about? But in this case, there was tons of stuff for us to talk about. The Thunder, of course, took care of business tonight, beating the Utah Jazz 123-114. The Thunder were 14.5-point favorites, or 17.5-point favorites. Nobody expected the game to be this close. I didn't, but when you change your lineups, which is, I know you guys love him, but I'm just telling you, I just don't understand. I don't understand why he does what he does. I just don't. I don't know. He makes things more difficult than what they are because, as I've said 1,000 times, when you change your lineups, when you get people playing different positions than they normally accustomed to playing, with people they're not accustomed to playing to, it screws the flow up. You know when you're going to come in, you know who you're going to play with, you know how everybody moves. It just screws you up. And like I've said before, the easiest way to explain it is if you have a bartender, two bartenders that you usually work together, all of a sudden you have a new bartender, it was just no flow. So we started tonight with SGA, J-Dub, Wiggins, Dort, and J-Will. And it's like, why are you changing your lineup? Now, normally when we were going through that phase where 1 week it was Joe, or one game it was Joe, one game it was Wiggins, one game it was Kaysen. Clearly, Kaysen came out on top with the flow of the game of who we should start. And you all know I'm a big Wiggins fan, and so is Nathan. We're big Wiggins fans, and his record as a starter is great. But what you got to understand, and what the problem is that once you get into a flow, this coach fucks up their flow. He changes the flow. And I'm like, why are you changing lineups? For what reason? Why are you changing starting lineup? Why? I don't get it. It messes up the flow of what everybody does. But when you look at the number of minutes played, which we will look at here in a little bit, you can see that Kaysen played starter minutes. But then you started Wiggins. Well, what the hell did you do that for? This guy is just, he's unbelievable. But, to start the game out, there's a bunch of different things that started. But, the one thing that's the number of offensive rebounds we gave up is just the towers they got just killed us. Because granted, we're going to do that because we're small. But anyway, I got too many easy shots early. They were getting easy shots all over the place. Our defense is just because we're out of sync defensively. You don't know who you're going to play with. You don't know what's going on. It's just we're completely out of sync. It's what the problem was. And it's frustrating to me because as a former player, as a guy who watches the game, and like I said, part of the way I watch it and part of the way other people watch it are not the same. I don't watch it like most of y'all do. I don't watch it the way that y'all do because the way that I watch it, I make sure that what I'm doing, the way that I watch the game is completely different because I'm breaking down the game. I'm breaking down how everybody's doing. I'm breaking down how we're lining up and what the flow of the game is. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it completely different than you guys are. And so it's frustrating to me because of the simple fact that I understand what you need to do. I'm looking at the flow. I'm looking at how we do everything and realize that it's just not, it just messes us up. And, for whatever reason he does what he does, I don't understand it. I really don't. I just don't get how he is okay with changing the lineups, how he's okay with, I mean, it just takes us completely out of the flow of what we do. It just does. It takes us completely out of the flow of what we do. And I've tried to explain it, and as best I can. But it's just, to me, it's like, dude, you have your starting five. Why are you changing it? It's like last year, Game 5, you changed it. To this year, you changed it again with Isaiah Joe. What the hell are you doing? You clearly are trying to change lineups because you're wanting to see how everybody flows. Well, hell, we're in, what are we, 36-7? So that's 43 games in. You don't know what the hell your lineups are? You don't know who plays with who? 47, 40, whatever games in. You don't know what the hell. You don't know who's playing 43 games in. You don't know who flows and who doesn't. 43 games in. Over half your season, you don't know what lineups work. Well, you should. You should know which lineups work. You would think that he would know what lineups. Hell, I know what lineups work. So do you. And it's funny how when you're at the games, how people are yelling and screaming because they're pissed. Nobody understands what the hell this guy's doing. I don't think he understands. And it's just funny because I just go lineups. So it's 12-18. Excuse me, it's 17-22. And Jay Will, why aren't you taking charges? The thing that I loved about you the most was that you would take charges. That's how you were out there. Charge, taking charges, turning the ball over. Now you're trying to block shots. What happened to taking charges? I've got in my notes that here's Caruso taking charge, not Jay Will. You're trying to block shots. Whose shot are you going to block? Get your big ass in there. You can't jump. Get your big ass in there and take charges. What are you doing? It's frustrating to me watching him. You're starting out. Now you think you don't have to do the dirty work? I don't get it. Why are you not taking charges? You took one charge. I was like, finally. They come to the middle. You should be taking a charge every single time because you're very good at it. You're not blocking anybody's shot coming down. What happened to Cavaliers game? You hit Garland upside the head, flagrant 2. They got 2 points. They got 2 free throws. That's 4, and then hit a 3. That's a 7 point off one possession. 7 points off one possession because you're not taking a charge. What are you doing? It's acting like he thinks he's something he's not. But once again, you've got a coach who's a developmental coach trying to develop. I don't need you to develop. Look, you develop other than in games that we're not trying to win. You don't try to develop with stuff like this. Whenever you change the lineups, and this is what I've said, this is the things that bothers me. These are the things that I'm talking about that scare me when it comes to this guy. These are the things that scare me. It's his lineups are the things that make me nervous about him. Managing minutes, it makes me nervous about him. It makes me nervous. It just does. Because I understand what the hell's going on. I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, it's like tonight. SGA had to basically rescue us. 54 tonight. He had to basically rescue us. Like he does every time. And I was like, it's 17-22. We 17, they're 22. At 3 minutes and 41 seconds. And once again, J-Dub usually goes out at the 5-minute mark. But he subs him out at the 3 minutes and 41 seconds. Once again, changing the flow of the game because of your lineups. You're managing minutes. Same thing here. Same thing I've been talking about all day long. Same thing I've been talking about for 2.5 years. And what happens? You put SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, K-Rich, and Carlson. By the way, I like what Carlson's doing. And then Caruso, what does he do? Come in and get back-to-back steals on out-of-bounds throw-ins on 2 possessions in a row. And if SGA would have hit that 3, the house would have came flying down. So anyway, it's 17-22. At the end of the first quarter, it's 31-29. So what does that mean? You went on a 14-5 run, 14-7 run to close out the half. Close out the first quarter. And what is it? J-Dub once again is on the bench. J-Dub is on the bench. And I'm a fan of J-Dub. I think he's a great number 2B, 3A. I think he is. But you got to understand, we're out here trying to win games. He's trying to develop him into something because he believes that J-Dub cannot handle the ball. He does not have the ball handling skills that was necessary for him to do what this coach wants him to do. Now he's doing what SGA does, falling off the side, shooting it off the backboard. He's trying to, whatever SGA does, he's trying to go out and practice that, which is great. But if you have to do that consistently, like you saw in the Mavericks game, he's not capable. He doesn't have the skill set to do that. He's not a 1. He's a 2B, 3A. That's what he is. His numbers and what he does shows him. So you come out the second quarter. It's J-Dub, Caruso, Kaysen, K-Rich, and Jang. Here's Jang playing. We're in the stands, people going, why is Jang in the game? And I was like, don't look at me. I'm not coaching. His ass wouldn't be in the game. He's not starting the second quarter for me. Once again, possessions, possessions, possessions. It matters. You can't give away possessions. He constantly does. Oh, it's the first half. We can get away with this. You can't give away possessions because at the end of the game, they count. Not in the beginning, like it's in the beginning. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's the first quarter. Those are possessions you give away offensively and defensively. Possessions matter. Now, I'm trying to give you insight of how the game works internally, inside, not outside peripheral, but how the game works inside, so that you can get a better feel for what kind of team we have and what we're trying to accomplish. And then in here I've got Jay Will finally taking the charge. So it's 40-33 with 6:48. You've got J-Dub, Wiggins, Dort, Jang, and Jay Will. I don't get it. You finally bring SGA in the game. It's 40-33, I'm sorry. You finally bring SGA in the game. It's 42-35. 5:55. SGA, Kaysen, Wiggins, Dort, Jay Will. And when you look at it, you're like, what? And what they do? SGA gets pissed because he gets hit, no call. You turn around and then you give a call on him on the other end, he's pissed. It's like, are you kidding me? But once again, you get a certain officiating crew. It is what it is, and you're not going to necessarily get calls because that's who they are and that's what they do. But they're not going to give SGA. I mean, the thing is this. He's got more free throws made than anybody in the league, but he hasn't shot the most free throws. And he missed one tonight. And what is he now? 79 out of his last 81 or something, or 82 or something stupid, or 81 or something crazy. It's what he is. Hey, baby. My boy Ace is messing me. I've been gone. Sorry, baby. I'll play with you in a little bit when I get done. But anyway, that's what he's doing. He's doing crazy numbers. And since the Thunder are not promoting him as MVP, I'm going to. Remember, guys, we talked about it. Only 3 guys average 30. That five rebounds, 2 steals, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Only 3 people have done it in history. The history of the game. Oh, not LeBron. All he's done is longevity. Oh, he's the best to do it at 40, 38, whatever. That's because he's playing in a league where they don't touch you. Just like Brady, he played when they don't touch you. Can you imagine if Joe Montana played where they couldn't touch him? Bart Starr, Terry Bradshaw, Dan Marino, what's that guy's name? Troy Aikman. When they couldn't touch you. They would be playing this long too. So don't give me longevity. I don't want to hear that BS. That doesn't mean anything to me. What did you do in a 15-year period, just like all the other greats played, at the same time, match what you did in the same period of time that they did? Because what do I tell you all the time? There's a difference between beating a record and breaking a record. Hey, baby. There's a difference, okay? So let's look at this. Let's look at the thing here. Here are the, baby, what? Yes, I love you too. Yeah, I love you. You let daddy work, and I'll be here to play with you in a minute, okay? I got to work, okay? I know I got to work. I know, baby. I got to work. Go. Anyway, here is the box score. Jay Will, 3 points in 20 minutes. 1 for 7, 1 for 5. Whenever he rushes his shot, he usually misses. J-Dub, 36 minutes. 9 for 18. Once again, 1 minute less than SGA because he played the whole fourth quarter. This guy is just amazing how he's a minutes managing fool. 25 minutes, 25 points. SGA, 37 minutes, 54 points, 17 to 35, which is right on what is 49.9%. 3 for 10 from 3, which is what killed him. Shooting so many threes. 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. So what is he doing? raising his 30-point average. He got his rebounds. He got his assists. He got his 2+ steals. He got his one block. Aaron Wiggins, 23 minutes, like I said, started, but you look at Casey Wallace played the most, 36 minutes. So all your starters played except Jay Will. And Jay Will and Aaron Wiggins are not necessarily starters, but they started. And you're basically core starters of SGA, J-Dub, Lou Dort, and Kaysen all played 30 minutes, which they all should have. Why is he starting? I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't get the dude. He's a minutes manager is what he is. I just don't understand it. We're a team that needs to get moved past that, and it's just not gonna. But anyway, here are the stats for the game. Kaysen, 13 points, 6 for 8 shooting, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals. He's just ridiculous on the defensive end of the basketball. He is just unbelievable. Just love this guy. So, but here's the crazy stat at halftime, guys. At halftime, it was 57-55. They had 14 offensive rebounds, 30 points in the paint, and we were 4 for 19 from 3. That's why the score was so tight. And it's just frustrating to me because of what I have to look at, what I have to go through to watch this team and watch what this guy's doing. And I know a lot of you Thunder fans like him, and I get it. I do understand that you like him. Because he's like, oh, we're winning. Well, there's more to winning. You have to win the game. Ace, I'm trying to do my show. Okay, calm down. No, I'll play with you in a minute. Stop. No. I know I've been gone all day, but just no. So anyway, I got to give him a treat so he'll be nice and leave me alone while I'm trying to do this show. Here. Here, go. Hopefully they're not leave me alone for a minute. But anyway, when you look at the third quarter, it started with the starters. And then it's 77-76 with 4:22. You got SGA, Kaysen, K-Rich, Carlson, and Dort. By the way, Carlson, I like this kid. I like him more and more. He can't help me on the offensive end, blocking out, but everything else is okay. The Thunder are up 95-89 at the end of the third. 77-76 when J-Dub goes out. We're up 95-89 when he comes back in. Don't know what to say. Don't know what to tell you. The Thunder are who they are without this guy. And I like J-Dub. But, and then he came out and he did some good stuff in the fourth quarter. He started scoring and started getting some points, which he does. Then you finally put SGA back in the game after keeping him out to the 7-minute mark. And the score is 100. The score is 100 to, I got to read Jennifer's writing here, 100-99. And you have SGA, J-Dub, Caruso, Dort, and Wiggins. And that's at the 7:53 mark. SGA comes out and scores. All of a sudden, you bring in Caruso for Kaysen for Caruso. And then you turn around and you bring Caruso back in for Wiggins at the 10-minute mark at 106-103. And we went on a run. And it's like, so it tells me he knows what groups to play. For whatever reason, he just doesn't do it. It's very frustrating to me. And we'll get into more detail about it tomorrow, but I'm not going to get into too much detail tonight. I want to thank our sponsors, SRB. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit our guys up. They love to be behind the scenes. So if you have a new complex that you're building, a new building, they can make sure it's laid out properly. You don't have to worry about flooding and anything like that. They'll lay it out perfectly for you. Also, if you have a water treatment plant in your city or county, hey, hit our guys up. They'd love to be able to take care of you. Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, our guy is the man for them. Hit those guys up. And plus, the beautiful thing about it is they're so busy, they're getting ready to add another truck. So they'll be able to take care of you. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the OKC area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you go into one of their 5 locations, the main bank at 401 Elm, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway. YNB Mustang, located 218 North Mustang Road, Wyoming Parkway, which is on Garth Brooks, just south of I-40. Cannot miss it, right in front of the hospital. And, of course, Wyoming Peoples, located in Bethany, which we just passed by a little bit ago, on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. So, what are my takeaways from tonight? We are who we are because of us defensively. Number one, we are just ridiculous on the defensive end. That's my number one takeaway. Defensively has saved us over and over and over and over and over that. And when you look at why, and you look at our numbers, and you look at what our stats are when it comes to the Thunder, this is why. Okay, and I said this earlier on the show. This is why, not on the show, but on my show, Daily Show. This is why the Thunder win in games. Number one, we're number one in the league, giving up 103.5 points a game. This is in the NBA with a three-point shooting line. We're giving up 103.5 points per game, number one. Field goal percentage, 51.4. They shot, 46.7, I think, today or something like that? Well under that. Three-point percentage, 32.8. What did they shoot today? Do I have that stat? Let me see if I have that stat. I don't remember if I have it. I know I had it earlier. Let me see. They shot 37.8. So we gave up a little bit more from three because they started knocking down threes right there in one little spot there. But anyway, number one in that. Free throw percentage, we're number one at 82. We shot 87 tonight. Assists, we gave up 24 assists, which is about our average. I think that's what we gave up. Is that right? We gave up 25. So that's one above our average, and that's what makes us third. We're talking about opponents, how many assists they get. And we gave up 25 assists. Pips, points in the paint, we averaged 41.6. And they had, let me see, they had 52. But remember how many offensive rebounds they had. That's just what killed us, okay? Remember, offensive rebounds, they had 23. And that just beat us up. And you can see that we only averaged giving up 12, and they had 23. So they doubled what we normally give up. And remember, no Chet, no iHeart. So that's about right. Then, okay, Pips, points in the paint. Like I said, steals, 11.4 is what we actually take the ball away. Today, we had 15. 15 steals today. And we normally average 11.4. We only give up 6.7. We gave up 3. So we took care of the basketball. Blocks, 5.8. Okay? Blocks, we had, let me see, where's blocks? Blocks, we had 4 blocks, which is 1 short. 4.7 is what we give up. We gave up 6 tonight. We got our shots blocked 6 times tonight. And here you go, turnovers. Okay? Total turnovers. They had 27. We almost tripled what we normally do. 27. And we normally average 11.7. 27 turnovers. Excuse me, I'm sorry, 18.2. I'm sorry. And we stole from our opponents. They had 27. We only give up 11 turnovers per game, and we had 11 tonight. So we normally take away 18.2, and we had 27. That's the difference in the ball game for what we do. That's why we're winning, despite of him, not because of. Because of what we do right there in these season stats. That tells you everything you need to know right there. That's why we're doing what we're doing. That's why we're winning games. Right there because of what we're doing defensively. Those numbers are telling you why the Thunder are where they are, why the Thunder are winning games because of our defense and what we're doing. Plain and simple. It's not rocket science to figure it out. So, Thunder, of course, took care of business tonight. Of course, we are now 35, 36 and 7. Is that right? 36 and 7. So we're doing what we need to do. I wasn't really planning on, like I said, even doing the show tonight because it's the Jazz. I mean, they gave us a fight simply because we were out of the lineups that we had. We were not in our normal flow. And every time we're not in our normal flow, we don't play well. We just don't. And it happens every time he changes the starting lineup, changes every time he adds Jang and a bunch of guys to the lineup. They are G League players. They're not NBA players. They can't play on the level that we're at. They're just not. But once again, he's trying to develop it. And like, look, something may happen. Well, Carlson's the only one. I would rather Carlson play than Jang. Jang's not ready. He hasn't been ready in 2 years. He's not the guy. And I know you gave up, we give up 2 or 3 first-round picks for the dude. And I know you're going to try to get the most out of him, but that clearly was a bust. Just like Baisley, just like Poku. Just count your deal. Here's a loss. It's what it is. We lost. It's over with. Let it go. That's what we need to do. Let me see. So I don't know what the situation is. I don't know why we're doing this, but look, quit trying to develop players and let's try to win games. Let's go ahead and win. We play tomorrow night. Why would you not play the lineup, get us out so that SGA and J-Dub them don't have to play the fourth quarter. So we get rest for the game tomorrow night against the Mavs on a back-to-back night. Oh, why? No, let's play everybody instead of playing them in the fourth quarter when we can take care of business. So that being said, hey, everybody get a good night's sleep. I'm going to bed. I've got to get up and I get to see I got a new insurance. I've got a new primary doctor that I've got a new whatever you call it. I got a new primary doctor I've got to go see in the morning. So remember, I've been sick, so I'm trying to go get a Z-Pack because hopefully that's going to be the thing that's going to knock out this nonsense so I can start feeling better. I would like to be able to breathe, and I'd like to be able to talk normal, and I'd like to be able to not feel like crap. That's what I would like to do. So that being said, thanks for everybody coming in tonight. Thanks for joining us tonight. And